It's just like what you'll find on a luxury car or something like that.
After a few days in Toronto catching up with some friends, my summer travels would continue with Lufthansa Allegris business class on the new Airbus A350-900s from Toronto all the way out to Munich. Now, in case you aren't familiar, Lufthansa's Allegris business class and first class products have been long awaited within the industry for many years now. In the past, Lufthansa's had some very old business class seats, and refreshing them has been long overdue. But these new Allegris seats have been plagued by delays, and so by the time they finally launched in the spring of 2024, they were greeted by much fanfare. As you can imagine, I was feeling quite a sense of anticipation as I made my way to Pearson Airport ready for my evening departure. Now, as you board the Allegris business class cabin, the first thing you'll notice is just the sheer variety of seats available. There's seats that are closer to the windows, there's seats that are closer to the aisle, there's a pair of seats in the middle, and there's also a single throne seat that offers an incredible amount of privacy. The most special seats that you can book in Allegris business class, though, has to be the seats at the very front of the cabin. These are known as Lufthansa's business suites. And as of right now, in the fall of 2024, Lufthansa doesn't actually charge extra for booking these seats. They're usually blocked off until check-in, reserved for Lufthansa's top-tier Senator members, but when it comes time to check in, whether online or at the airport, you should have no trouble asking to be assigned these seats if they're still available. Now, of course, this could always change in the future, and it's quite likely that Lufthansa will end up monetizing these seats by levying some sort of fee for choosing to sit in them.
So, welcome to the business suite on board Lufthansa Allegris business class. These business suites are at the front rows of the two cabins here in Allegris business class, so there's a total of 8, and these ones by the windows are the most private. I have to say, it's almost like a blend between business class and first class, such as the amount of space and privacy that you get. I'm really looking forward to the rest of this flight.
Now, as I took a look around at my surroundings, I was most impressed by the sheer amount of storage and space in these Lufthansa Allegris business suites. There's 2 large storage compartments on the side with ample depth to place your belongings, plus there's 2 even bigger storage units at the very front of the seats where you can place small personal items, store your shoes, or hang up your garments, and even check yourself out in the mirror. I was also very impressed by the technology in the seats. There was a handheld tablet that you could use for controlling the entertainment screen, plus some very intuitive seat controls, and a wide range of charging options, both plugged in and wireless. The amenity kit was found within this sliding storage unit, and taking a closer look, I loved the Porsche design bag, but found its contents to be rather minimal.
One of the more surprising things about the Lufthansa Allegris business suite that I wasn't expecting on this flight is you actually get some special treatment just for being in the business suite seats. So for example, you get a special menu with some food and drinks that you'll only get if you're part of these 8 seats on board. And on top of that, you'll even get pajamas in business class. Now, Lufthansa usually doesn't do pajamas in business class, but if you're in the business suite, then you're in luck.
Pretty soon after takeoff, dinner service would begin with a delectable amuse-bouche of a chicken and pineapple skewer.
Now, I've got to say, this is the first time I've ever seen a feature like this on an airplane seat. Not only can you control the position of the seat, but you can also control the temperature, so you can make it warmer or cooler, and right now, it's set to be hotter, and indeed, the seat itself is getting quite toasty. It's just like what you'll find on a luxury car or something like that. Super nice feature.
The tuna tataki appetizer was next, served with a side of summer salad and garlic bread to go with it. And that was followed by a roast beef main course that was just okay in the end. In the past, I've only had mediocre experiences with the food on Lufthansa business class, and even in these nicer surroundings on this new product, I have to say the food ended up living up to my meager expectations. Overall, the meal service was wrapped up relatively quickly for a transatlantic flight, allowing me to catch up on a few hours of sleep. I briefly paid a visit to the restroom, which like the rest of the cabin was fitted with slick design and high-tech features, before returning to my cocoon of a bed in the Lufthansa Allegris business suite. Now with the door closed and the lights dimmed, I couldn't help but marvel at just how much this business class seat resembled a first class experience. We're seeing more and more airlines these days creating these premium business class spaces at the front of their cabins, and I found Lufthansa's version to tick all the boxes as it nursed me into a sweet slumber across the Atlantic.
Looks like I've overslept a little bit, and it's too late for breakfast now, so I'm just gonna have a croissant. But getting a little bit of extra rest on these transatlantic flights is never a bad thing. As we make our descent into Munich, I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about the future of this channel. As you guys know, I've been toying with the ideas of taking this channel in a different direction, but I've also been putting out quite a few airline videos in the meantime. How this all works to me.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Do really enjoy my gazpachos. Jesse hasn't ordered anything though because
Gazpacho is not soup, it is just cold puree.
And obviously, I've still been embarking on many travels that have been taking me around the world over the course of the year.
there's just one thing you gotta do.
So over the past few months, I've been giving a lot of thought as to what type of content to put out on this channel, and you'll be pleased to know that we'll continue to focus on the travel experiences, not just the world's best airlines and flights going forward,
This time for the two of us.
but also hotels, tours, cruises, and so on and so forth. I'm inspired by the very best travel content we've seen on the platform, and I'm excited to put my own spin on it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to these videos in the future as well. We'll be kicking things off over the next few videos from the best travel experiences on this very European trip, so stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.